Because it just this could be B-roll. Like this conversation is just so good. So you so who are you listening to? Your question was who are you listening to? Right?
Yeah.
Like yeah. Okay. Okay. What else was coming in? What else was pinging you?
Oh,
So sit with the story and what you're making it mean.
yeah.
Actually sit with like the story about it.
Yeah, sit with the story and like what comes up when you sit with that story. Like what like you get frustrated, like do memories come up? And when those memories come up, what are you feeling or what are you thinking? Or and it's literally asking yourself those questions. Okay, so I'm feeling frustrated right now, or I'm feeling really disappointed right now. I'm really fucking angry that this person did
Mm,
that and they're making me feel this way even now. But why do I still feel angry about that right now? Like what's it, what's the feeling in my body? It's like coaching yourself through it ultimately.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We have the skills to do it. And but these are the skills that we're not taught because
Not
it
about
keeps
this. Yeah.
no, like genuine personal development, genuine spiritual development, genuine like how to be a human is not taught to us because it keeps us looped in like the patriarchy. It keeps us conditioned, it keeps us boxed in. And so they don't teach us these skills. These
I don't,
skills should be taught at school.
well, no, yeah. Then we'd be sovereign and we wouldn't be controllable.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we got to learn how to do it ourselves, but then we can do it for ourselves once we know. We just don't. I feel like we're like, oh, but I need someone to guide me through it. I
Girl.
know I used to say that.
Yeah,
Or
girl.
like I need someone to like witness me, or I need someone to guide me, or like see things that I'm missing. And it's like, then I started doing it. I was like, oh, I actually don't.
Or when you do like because I that's what I did. That's what I'm talking that's everything that I'm talking about right now. This is why my whole theory about the coaching industry imploding is because unless and until you actually teach people that they have the answers within them and teach them, if you're teaching them how to go within, tap into their own intuition, their own inner knowing, their wisdom, there's all of that, then they're reliant on you. And then that's the model that's breaking. That's the whole entire industry that's going to go down the fucking toilet. And that was my whole point. And you're sitting here reaffirming that to me,
Yeah.
which is why we're connected, which is why I'm in love with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
so how do you want to do this? Do you want to, should we do? Should we talk about, I just want to talk about you and all your, like what your work is and how you got here and,
We can do that.
does
Yes.
that work for you?
Yeah, definitely. I'm happy to chat about things, and if things come up for you, I'm happy to help give you a perspective.
You will. I don't,
Different
and it's
perspective.
not like, yeah, I don't have to be the one driving the conversation either. I just think I
Yeah.
want to have, I want to have this conversation around shame, women and shame, because this is what drew us together. I was
Yes.
like, who's this girl? Like, obviously, I'm talking about it. The algorithms are like, you probably want to follow her.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I'm like, oh, you're right. I do. Thank you, Facebook Meta AI bullshit. Thank you for this gift. I'll take it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Oh, I love it. No. Well, I'm happy to guide the conversation too. So, all right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Um, so when it comes to shame, I think the biggest thing is how we're taught to perceive shame.
Mm,
Like we avoid shame at all costs. It's like and the more shame we feel and the more shame we experience, the more disconnected we become from ourselves.
mhm.
Is exactly the point, right? It's by design. We literally just said it like when we're disconnected from ourselves, we're easier to control. And so like the number one, like the biggest weapon this world could ever experience, the biggest weapon of mass destruction is a woman in her power, like fully devoted and in love with herself because she can't be controlled and she destroys the narrative. She destroys the illusion, she destroys the hierarchy, everything, the bullshit. It all crumbles because you can't exist in a lie when you know the truth. You
Mm,
just so I think like the biggest thing around shame, especially for women that we experience, is that we're taught to avoid it. It's like, well, I'm feeling like this, and I don't want to think about that because I got too
mm,
much to do, right? You know
mhm,
that.
mhm.
And I can't talk about that because what will people think? It's like, what will people think? So many people will probably be like, "Oh my God, me too. You mean it's
Yeah.
not just me?"
Yeah.
It's like the biggest Me Too movement next to bloody sexual trauma,
Right.
people having experienced it.
How did you get here though? Like what led you here? Like
I
backstory.
I started doing the experiment with Melanie and Leah.
Hmm.
Um, and I mean, I've been doing personal development, spiritual development work for 15 years, right? So it's like I know all the things, you know all the things. It's like,
Hmm.
but apply it to yourself
Hmm.
because we always feel like someone else needs to do it for us.
Hmm.
And what shifted for me was Melanie was actually teaching us how to do it for ourselves, right? So she was teaching us how she did it. She modeled to us how she did it for herself so that we could then replicate it in a way that feels good to us.
Hmm.
And I actually started to do it. I actually thought, you know what, fuck it. I am not interested in like I want to get out of this hole. Like I don't want to
Yeah.
be. And so I just started doing it for me. And like the shifts were like really quick. Things started happening really quick. My intuition got louder and louder. And then all of a sudden, I'm doing Shame Monologues as a live exhibition. And all of a sudden, I'm having like daily conversations around these levels of shame. And just like the conversations are amazing. And it's channeled, right? Like it's impromptu. It comes through. I start having random conversations. I say stuff. And I'm like, I, I feel really uncomfortable saying this because I'm like, I don't know where it's going. Like, it's purely intuitive. And then I'll go back and listen to it and I'm like, okay, it makes so much sense. And then there are some women that are going through it with me and like the feedback that they get, like the stirring that they get in their belly, like the warmth in their belly of like, holy shit, like something's unfolding here
Yeah.
for me. And it's like, this is the work. And so I'm really passionate about redefining what shame means because shame's actually a teacher. It's not something to fear, it's something to invite in. And once we invite shame in as a teacher, as like an ascended master, right? It's like a really
Mm.
powerful frequency. That's our pathway to like unconditional self-love. And when we're in unconditional self-love, then we're fully connected with our personal power, with our intuition, with our conviction, our truth, like all of it. Like everything we want to be connected to,
Hmm.
miracles done. Like and literally like you can't make this shit up. Like the way that
Mm-mm.
things have progressed for me in such a short amount of time. Like every woman can have that. You can have that. Have that. Are you kidding me?
So you got a download to do a shame, like invite shame in every day. Are you going on Zoom? Or are you doing it in, what are you doing? How are you doing it? I'm looking for the actual tactical things because I want to wrap my brain around your process.
Well, I had already decided that August was going to be the month
Hmm.
that I was going to learn to love myself, right? Because I have body image issues, I have weight issues, I have health things. I was like learning to love myself in like my spiritual self. I'm so in love with my
Mm.
spiritual self.
Oh, that's
Honestly,
so
I
good.
love my spiritual self.
Oh, namaste.
Honestly,
Yes.
yes. And it feels so good being up here, but I'm a human having human
Yep.
experiences. So
Yeah,
I'm
you're
like, I
in the
need
body.
to, yeah. So I had made the commitment to that being what I was going to do. Didn't know
Okay.
how I was going to do it. And then I got the intuitive hit that you need to go live. Like you need to do this publicly. And it was intuition. I was like, no. And they're like,
And you said,
I was
did you
like,
try to argue with intuition and say, let me
yes,
renegotiate with you?
yeah, let's make a deal.
Let's not. Intuition was like, let's not.
Yeah, yeah. And so I was like, okay, so then how do I do this? And then it just was like, make it really easy for me because like I've got kids. I can't go live at a certain time and so I was like, okay, I'll just do a Telegram group where I can just whenever I can just hit play and then
Mm,
do my thing. And then I don't have to like do posts and I don't have to blah, blah, blah,
mm.
blah. Um so I just kept it really simple. Telegram group and then I just started talking about it because it was the talking about it, right? The
Yep.
talking about that was the hesitating, the scary thing. Not only am I putting myself out there to be seen, like for the first time in a long time, but I'm talking about shame,
Hmm.
dirty secrets of the shame world. And I was just like, what's the worst that could happen? And then I was able to like navigate myself through the
What's the
ups and
worst that could happen?
yeah,
Yeah.
and I'll be okay. And like if people hate me or like cancel me on the internet, then I was never really invested at this point anyway. So And then in the end, I would do it for myself. That was the commitment that I made. Even if no one joined, I was going to do the live exhibition because who knows what could come of it.
Right.
And so I was like, I wasn't upset if nobody joined, but then somebody did. And I was like, oh, now the pressure's on.
Well, people are actually listening. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's when we take that pressure off expectations,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm going to do this thing and like I need this many people to come in order to make it mean something, make it mean it was successful, make it mean
Mm-hmm.
I was I was successful, make it mean
Yeah.
whatever. I decided I'm doing this for me first, no matter what. Yeah.
So that was August 1st. And today is, at the time of this interview, it's August 29th. So you have 2 days left.
It's
Oh,
30.
she's in Australia. I'm in the US. So it is already August 30th.
Yeah, so 2 more
Wow.
days. Yeah.
Wow.
I
Have
cannot
you,
tell you
tell
how
me.
different person that I am. I cannot tell you. I can't tell you how different I am. And I can't tell you the people that I've met, such as yourself, the
Yep.
conversations that I've been having, which are like make my soul so happy because I hate fluffy. I hate superficial.
Yep.
I hate it so much.
So much.
And there's so much of it online.
Yeah,
It makes my soul really unhappy.
I
And
know.
then the conversations I've been having, it's like making my heart so full. And it's only been 29 days. What?
So people sometimes are on there, sometimes not.
Yeah, there's 10 people in there with me. There's one lady who's like fully committed, like she's so beautiful, and she's like, I'm gonna like hold your hand the
Mm,
entire way through, which is like, and I said to her, this is like the maternal, motherly love and connection support that I have desired my entire life because
oh,
I disconnected from my mum.
wow.
Like, thank you. It was like the biggest blessing. And she's been so beautiful and she's been having huge breakthroughs. And she's like, oh my God, Samantha, I can't even with today's conversation.
Wow.
It's beautiful. And then other women have like come in and out and they've like messaged me and like they're like, what even is this conversation? And oh my gosh. And it's so freaking awesome.
So you do know that I'm doing a 5 week, I'm just holding a 5 week container. Wanted to limit it to like 10 women. Once a week, we're gonna come into a group and I'm just gonna hold the space for conversations about shame, experiences about shame, journaling about shame, being with it. So I would love like, and I want that to be very or like I'm going to trust the fucking shit out of my higher self and my own intuition. I know because this is how I when I was in courses that I would develop, shit would just come through. I'd be like, I don't know where this is coming from. I've always trusted it. When I'm in a when I'm in a container of people that I'm like leading or influencing or whatever, then I'm like I trust myself enough to know that I don't need to know what, how. That's what takes me straight the fuck out of my intuition.
Me
Straight the
too.
fuck out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just love that you held yourself to it and that you did it and that this was just such a profound experience.
Yes.
What
Yep.
was the biggest thing for you? Like how did it impact your marriage?
It deepened it. We already have a really solid marriage. Like communication, we've been working on our communication from the beginning, right? So we've had a lot of really hard conversations. But we're so committed to each other that it's like, no, fuck it, we'll figure this out. We'll both be really angry, but we'll figure it out. And
I
so
feel
we're
like
always,
I feel like you told me, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but I feel like I remember you telling me something about you sharing something with him, and you don't have to tell me his name. And he was like, I didn't know that you were experiencing this, or I didn't know this happened to you, or something like that. Was there something like that that happened where he was like, I had no idea?
there were, well, there were stories that came up in the Shame Monologues, and I was like, I actually haven't told you this, and I feel like I want to tell you this because like full transparency, and
Mm-hmm.
it was great at receiving it. And there was, I know that I've mentioned to him, like, thank you for creating a safe space for our girls.
Yes.
Yeah. And he was
Yes.
yeah, like, duh. And I'm like, no, 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 no.
Mm, you have
Yeah,
no idea.
yeah. And he was like, okay, well, yeah, of course. Like, yeah. So it was just it created pathways of conversation to like
Mm.
deep relationship and our commitment to the girls, especially because like I'm talking about crazy stuff and I'm talking about it, not crazy stuff. See, do the
Yeah,
thing. I'm talking about important stuff
mhm.
and I'm sharing it online and it's public and his family is on there and my
Yep.
family's on there
Yep,
and
I get that.
he's like, it's okay.
He said he was proud of you.
Yeah. And he's like, he reads my stuff and he's like, it's so good.
Mm.
Yeah.
So before all the shame monologues and before all this, what do you do in the world? What did you do? What do you do now? What's your
I was I was stay-at-home mum
hmm
for the last couple of years, just like building up my trainings, doing my courses and learning,
hmm
upping my skills. Um, Too scared to do anything else
until now? Uh-huh.
till now.
Yeah.
Um, and then before that, I was like an OBM, online OBM
Yeah.
business manager,
Yeah.
building other people's businesses. I was like doing the thing behind the scene because I was too scared to be on the front end.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I had enough of.
Mm.
Because I'm doing the thing and I'm downloading stuff for them and oh that's a really good idea. And then like having really powerful conversations and they're like, oh, that was great, Sam. Like, thank you for that perspective. And I'm like, whatever. Wait a
Yeah.
minute. I'm not being paid for this shit. Like
That's
I need
your
to do this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your gold. That's your wisdom. Yeah. I can relate to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now what?
Now I'm building up my brand, my mission. Yeah. Because I've been circling the whole the selling thing,
Yeah.
right? For maybe 3 days. Like 3 days I've been really like, I really want to put something out there. Like I have really big visions. I have really big, like there are big things that we want to do as a family and
hmm
there are big things that I want to do with the world. And I'm like circling and I'm like, all the reasons why I can't do
I love it.
I'm like, I'm here again. I'm here again. And I said to Liam,
Yeah.
I need to sit with this and contemplate this, like do the process. I need to ask myself the questions. And then that beautiful lady that has been with me the entire time
Mm.
sent me a message about a coach that she's paid for one-on-one help with has said she needs to do more mindset work for all these reasons. And I was like, fuck this shit. I've
There
had
you
enough of
go.
this shit. And it lit up my sacral. And I was just like,
Mm.
no, I know exactly what we need to do. We need fucking courage. We don't need more fucking mindset work. We know what
No.
to do. We just need to not talk ourselves out of it. And
Yeah.
I'm going to container and an environment. And it's for me too, right? So for the month of September, I'm selling every single fucking day online. I don't know what I'm selling.
I'm in.
I'm selling the thing, the container,
Yeah.
and then I'm selling,
Whatever else comes up.
yeah. And I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
just every single day, and I'm taking up space, and I'm not apologizing, and I'm not worrying about like bothering people and like being too self. Like, fuck it. Fuck it. Literally, no one I know that is doing extremely well has gone to like sell something, have it not work, and then go, oh, okay, I guess I won't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're successful.
Yeah.
They've kept going. They've kept going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, well, sign me up because I know you offered. Is it at 55 yet or is it at 22 still?
it's okay. You can have the 22.
Oh, you're so sweet. By the time that this is aired, I don't know, guys. And are you capping it, the number of people?
I want to, my goal is to get to 10 women because that's like the biggest container I've ever held
Mm-hmm.
leading it. And then I'm like, if I get to 10, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see if I can stretch it for more.
Aren't you at 5 already?
I am at 7 with you.
Girl, open that container up because that's that's good shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've got to get busy selling today, right? Like
Doesn't
I've been yesterday and the day before, I've just been like, fuck it. And I've just been pumping out, like just selling, like who cares? The right people will find it. And
yeah.
I'm gaining confidence and courage and like
Well, here's what I love that you went through this the whole shame monologues, and
yeah,
I'm can you not see the connection that that freed you up?
100%.
I mean, yeah,
100%.
yeah,
Yeah. This is why I'm like this shame work, like when I finish the shame monologues, I know there's something there.
mm-hmm.
I know there's a repurpose there, and I know it's going to be really powerful because
Yeah.
every fucking woman needs to feel this.
Yeah.
Like in 30 days, I can't even explain the transformation. Like, who even am I?
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that things don't bother me or I don't get affected. It
Yeah.
just means like I know how to handle this.
Yep.
And I'm not going to shame myself for feeling these things.
Why shame? Like, what were you dealing, like, why was it that your topic? Like, did you distill this down? Was that a download?
It was shame around my body.
Yeah.
And like,
Okay.
it was also like shame, like the work that I was doing previous, like with Melanie's teachings and
Mm-hmm.
how she does it, was that we avoid our feelings and we avoid actually feeling disappointed and we avoid feeling what we're feeling in case we can't handle it or in case we're going to feel disappointed or in
Yeah.
case it doesn't go away. And she's like, I promise you, like if when we do this process, it goes away,
Mm,
but we're scared of feeling it in our body and we shame ourselves for feeling the feelings. And I just really sat with that. And I really understood that shame, it was shame. It's
mm.
shame that we give ourselves. And
Self-judgment.
I was like,
Yeah.
shame about my body, like was a really big thing. So I was like,
Hmm.
I'm going to tackle that head on.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. I love that I love that we got connected, right? Like, I'm writing a book called Shameless, where I really want to, like, you know,
I
I
will
just,
be first order. Yeah.
I know. And, there's all kinds of things that have come up for me because so just like you, here's been my journey in the last year. I worked for a very successful coach, a male coach, in the like messaging space, from like 2023 to 2024, so almost a full year. And he was an amazing human, love him. He was very supportive, and he was also like a a male white Mormon. And I was like, if he only knew. Like if he only knew A, what I think about religion, B, what
Yeah.
I think about white men,
Yeah.
and C, what I think about religion.
Yeah.
And even like at that point was like, and what I think about marriage and relationships at that point in my journey, I'm not like I would never tell someone. And this is one of the things for me that's such a big trigger is, and the thing one of the biggest things biggest like issues that I have with religion is A, there's this the actual process and like that whole paradigm of religion, but then there's the like other thing on top of that, which is like we got to get all these people involved in our religion. We got to go out and we got to, right? And I think for a lot of people they have the best intentions in their heart. I really do. I really believe that's but my experience of that is like you keep your views, hold your views. I'll never tell you to change your views. So please give me the same respect.
Correct.
And I just don't, I think there are just whenever the word should, when I feel something from someone where it's like should, every feather will ruffle and I will be like, do not tell me what I should do, feel, think, believe. That's the problem when you look out into the world. This is the problem of us telling other people what they should believe, who they should believe, how they should live their lives. Like, there you go. That this is what's happening. And so he was a phenomenal human. And I was so out of integrity because I had to shut down everything in my business. Like there was no business. Like I was like, if he knew what I believed about this and this and this, he would probably want me to leave. And I'm representing his brand. I'm in the very similar situation again. The
Right.
difference is I will not place myself as a visible member of her team. And I will not use my social media platform and I will not give up my social media platform. If that means I don't work for her, that is a risk that I'm willing to take because I just won't do it. Like I won't do it because I already have a platform. I'm already talking about these things and we have yet to have that conversation. And when we do, it might change things. I hope it doesn't. I hope it
Yeah.
doesn't. But I won't sell myself. Like that's me selling myself out. So and with the other guy, it was like shame. I was like, I don't feel shame, but I know you're going like I'm going to guess that you're going to judge me. And if I were to speak authentically about what I believe and how I believe people should, code word for shame, the word should, how
Yeah.
people should live and should be in relationship with their spiritual life and their sexual life and their, relationship life. Or, I'm not going to judge you that you believe that your children go to some weird, you get a planet. Like these are the Mormon beliefs, right? Like you die and you bring all your babies with you and you all have your own planet. How do I know that's not true? How do I know? None of us do. None of us do. But I don't believe that. And I'm not going to ever vilify you for believing it. So the whole point is to say, I, I've come to a place where there's a line in the sand and I just won't, you see, I mean, I'm very active, very
Yes.
active on social media about what I believe and what I think. And the majority of the things that I think and believe are intuitive hits and
Yep.
always have been.
Yep. And we've been told to snuff it.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
just silly nonsense. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I love that I love that we're connected, and B, I love that I'm at like this part of your journey because it's going to be amazing.
Yes.
Like really amazing. So what else what else is there anything else that you're so before we actually hit record, I was talking to Samantha about how I was, dealing with some personal things. And I was like, I feel like I can't talk about them. And she's like, why? And she really, really like helped me work through some things just here in the moment. Cause she said, well, can I share with you what's coming through? And I love that question because what's coming through means what I'm actually like, what's coming through, intuitive hit, like what I'm channeling right now. And I'm like, absolutely. So is there anything that else, not even about me, but is there anything else that you're channeling, that you're tapping into, that you feel that you want to share about this topic or about anything else? You know, before you answer that, right as I ask the question, I do want to share with everyone listening and watching that you and I invited you and three other women into this amazing circle of just like in the last month, maybe I met you and Jess and Kat and Holly. And by the time I met with Holly, we had a conversation. There were so many things pinging that were like, oh my gosh, me too. Oh my gosh, me too. And I was like, listen, I have three other women that I just think we're all kind of having very similar experiences of life right now. And so we have convened and we don't know what it's going to be, but it's the coming together of souls, and having whatever conversation feels like it needs to be had, because that's what I really believe is the medicine, right? And what right before we started recording, what Samantha said, and I fully believe, is that healing happens in the moment. Like it isn't a place that you get to. And her process of like sitting with the story that you have shame around and what are you making it mean and what comes up when you sit with it, what emotions, how are you feeling, what else is underneath that, like having that kind of a relationship with the emotional experience that you're having, that's when healing happens. And it's in the conversations about things that healing happens. And it's a specific kind of conversation. It isn't a conversation of, oh, woe is me, and oh, my life sucks, and this is terrible, and this is hard. It's like, and the conversation might start there because I feel like that's probably how I started our conversation with like, oh, this level of just frustration and hitting my head against the wall. And she was like, can I share? And I was like, 100% you can share. And it was like, and that was what she said was, what is the story that you're making up about your shame? And I was like, oh, fuck. She goes, it's not. And I go, I know what it is. And she goes, well, you have to sit with it. I was like, I don't like that part. I was like, oh, and what did I ask you? For how long?
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. Okay, it was just like a day. Is it like 10 minutes? She's like, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes. I was like, that I can do. I can do that. I can do
Yeah.
that. What else are you feeling into? Like, what else is
I
needing to
just
be? Yeah.
what you were saying, like there is a really big industry profiting off the line
Mm,
that healing takes forever and requires all different types of modality of work and like investing in yourself and stretching yourself and all the rest of it, right? And there are people who are genuine in the work that they do. And
Absolutely.
yeah, and it's like, it's not that healing takes forever. It really happens in the moment. It's that you get to access different types of modality of healing,
Your,
modalities.
yourself.
That's right.
You
It's like
have
what
access
feels
to
good.
it.
Yeah, it's what feels good for you. And like
Mm-hmm.
if you feel aligned with the person. But this idea that we're broken and that it's going to take, like, I used to think I was never going to heal
Mm.
my entire experience, but also like like healing the generational stuff and
Yep.
healing ancestral stuff
Yep.
and going through the shame monologues and realizing, hang on a minute, it's not actually my fucking responsibility to heal all of it. However, like when I do it in the moment, it automatically heals all that stuff anyway. But it's not my responsibility to take all of it and like sit with all of it. It gets to be transmuted like in the moment.
And I'll think if you're listening to this, I'm gonna make a big fat assumption that you have done some work on yourself. And if you haven't noticed that the same recurring things come up over and over and over again, for me, they've gotten farther enough away from my present moment where they don't feel as real or as like, I can't, and actually I'm separate from them. But but there's a real trap there. I was in the personal development trap for 20 years. I did 18 programs in 19 years. That's one a year. That's a lot of work. Like it was just me consistently in there. And I'll tell you, I went in because I was broken. Like I went in like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And some person said, have you ever heard of the Landmark Forum? And I was like, no. And they're like, you should really do it. And then that was it. I was 32 years old. I'm 54 at the time of this, interview. And that's a lot of years. And then I went into another program container that I loved a whole lot because it had all of the emotional aspect where the other one was very head and just like, well, it was just a lot of talk. And then I was into that. And then I got to this point where there were too many things that, and this is where I'm at, like currently, there are too many things that are happening on the planet that I've known were going to happen. The reason why I didn't go into corporate America happening right now. The reason why I was like, nope, it's not about money. It's about people. It's not about profits. It's about hearts. Like that's we're seeing that right now. We're seeing people so fucking fed up with being a transaction and being a number, and we should be. We should be. And then we also should, like, I will say the should word. I will should on us. Like, we absolutely should be abhor this, like whatever's happening on the planet. And we should really start to take care of the planet. And I knew all of that back then. And I wasn't in a place where I was able to trust myself. And that's the thing that I think working through shame, taking on working through shame or fear. Maybe it's anxiety. Maybe it isn't shame. Like shame for me just rings. But I know people that deal like with like massive levels of anxiety. They may get that underneath all that is feelings of shame and worthlessness and all the things. But there came this point where I was like, wait, I'm hearing the things that I've always said in my mind. I'm hearing it over and over. People are talking about it now. That's when I actually got pissed and was like, okay, I actually know shit. I
Yeah.
don't know how I know it, but I know shit. It's part of my human design. I've got the channel of the wavelength, which means I'm ahead of the curve. And that shit like sucks for a long time, especially when you're young and you don't know why you're not, following the crowd. But like, so I'm at this point in my life, and I think this happens in our 40s and our 50s, where we're like, fuck that mess.
Yeah.
And I'm going to actually start tapping in and listening and trusting myself. That's the exciting part for me and that was the whole point about the coaching industry is imploding right now because there is no one on the planet with answers. There's no one on the planet with answers. They're within you.
Not all of them, no. And not in the full entirety of an answer, right? It's too complex for one human to like comprehend. There's so much that we know, and then there's so much that we don't know that we don't even know. Yeah.
And if we had the opportunity and if we had the option to go, well, hold on a minute, let me pause for a second and let me tap in here. And it might not be the answer to an outward question. It might not be that. But maybe what we learn and discover is that and I've said this so many times, we are asking the wrong questions. Like, how can I make more money? Well, is that the right question? Is that the right question for me? Why do I
Yeah.
struggle so much with money? And you had the download for me, right? Like you were like, you sit with the story you're making up about it. And I didn't want to do. I was like, no. And I like, yeah, it's just phenomenal, just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. I think the biggest download or the biggest aha moment I got around like when you look at the world, right? Like when you really look at the world and you see the travesties and you see the wars and you see the human trafficking and you see the third world countries, you see the absolute like unspeakable things that happen and things that we don't even know about that are
Yeah.
happening. And we're like we choose to unplug because it's so much to hold, right? But I feel like I've been given a gift of being able to hold it in a way that it doesn't consume me.
Right.
Because I've been working on this my whole life, right? These have been questions I've been asking my whole life. Like, what 12-year-old do you know asks these questions? Because I was asking myself these questions for a really long time. And I would get so frustrated. Like, if you saw the conversations I'd be having with Liam, where something would I'd see something and I'd sit with him and I'd be like I would be crying like I don't understand, like I feel like I want to do something and I don't know what to do and I'm so frustrated, like why is the world this way, like
Yes.
I can be. And then going through the shame monologues and realizing the reason why the world is so disconnected from itself is that because we are so disconnected from ourselves, right? War is man-made. Trafficking is man-made. The countries are man-made. All the travesties that we're experiencing are man-made. And it's intentional because they create fear and they create a way to control and they create structure that keeps us in our little boxes and they create an environment where we're disconnected from ourselves. So the quickest way to like revolutionize and recreate the world is to actually learn to love ourselves and
It
reconnect with ourselves.
it is the only way. I mean, I really, really believe like there's no other way. I can't love you. I can only love you to the extent that I love myself. And
Yep.
I love you without knowing you because I see myself in you. I see a mom. I see someone who is like working on something deep and profound. I see someone who cares about people. I see someone who's out in service and in leadership. I'm like, okay, like she's my people. And so I can't love you I can't love you any more than I love myself. And I've experienced that in my relationships. I have experienced that. Like the last 5 years of my life have been, oh, I really got to work on me. Like, I really have to work on my relationship with me because that's the thing that I'm carrying everywhere. Well, I will look out into this is how I see the world. A bunch of wounded 5 and 6 year olds trying to dominate or avoid domination, take their toy, bop somebody over the head, you know, that's what we see. And I hope and pray that like all of us get to a place where we go, oh, what's happening out there is just a macrocosm of everything that's happening within our own hearts, whether it's heartbreak, whether it's no matter what it is. And that is the path. Like I can see it now. I never really saw it before, but I think the path to everything that we want is through loving ourselves fiercely and then just being like sharing that. Like it isn't hate. Like I told my kids, I'm like, hate doesn't solve hate.
No.
It's never going to solve hate. Only love is going to alchemize that. There's only one way to do it.
Yeah,
And it isn't that you have to love that person, it's that you have to love yourself enough in order to see their humanity.
that's right. That's right. And you know what else? This is what I've always been thinking, but like this is what's coming through for right now is that this needs to be woman led.
100%.
because the patriarchy has had its fucking time and it has let us down. And it's been thousands of years. And it's literally time for women to be self-led. It's literally time for women to do this work
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
because there are so many good men within the patriarchy, but like they're not identifying with the patriarchy. And so they're like us going, oh, well, who the fuck am I? And
Yeah.
how do I lead in this
Yeah.
moment? And so they're just as confused as us. But if we start leading, then they'll
Yeah.
start leading themselves as well.
Yeah.
And it has to be woman led.
I've said it. I've been saying it for decades. I really have. I can pull up posts that I've posted. It's going to be a woman that actually saves the planet, and not one woman.
Yeah.
Like the identity, like woman, matriarch, mother. Like we have the capacity. Not that men don't have the capacity. It's
Yeah.
not that. It's not that. We just have a different capacity. And that capacity has never been valued. Not in, not in this structure, which is the structure that's falling, by the way. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So how do you want to wrap this up? This has been amazing. This has been amazing. If you don't follow Samantha, where are you most active? Facebook?
Facebook.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Samantha Sanford,
Yeah.
Sanford. And she's currently, and we'll see, I'm going to just say, I think the Shame Chronicles, I wanted to call them the Shame, well, yeah, the Shame, is it monologues or chronicles?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I've had a few people call it Chronicles. I'm
I
like, well,
think,
that's
oh my gosh, I've been calling it chronicles. I think that gets to be a beautiful container that you hold for people. And I just think it's going to be fantastic. Like, so just follow Samantha because she's amazing. And she and I are also doing just, we don't even know yet, but it's just going to be amazing stuff. And yeah, anything else?
there's always so much to say. So
No.
I think it's good. I think there's a lot here.
There's so much here. There's so much here. Well, we can always just, have another convo and have another session. She's brilliant. I'm a little bit regretful that we didn't actually just record from the beginning because you really shifted me. Because I was like, and she was like, can I share with you what's coming through? And I was like, yes. And then, of course, so thank you for that. And thank you for always just being like such a cheerleader and such a stand for women and going first. You know, this
Yes.
is this is what it takes. Like, saying the things that might piss people off or doing the things that might be really scary and put you in a vulnerable position, doing it anyway because I'm not doing it for them. Like, I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for the ones who actually are open to hear this and need this and have been searching for this.
Yes.
So, thank
Yes.
you. Yay.
I look forward to having you on my podcast when
Oh,
it's we'll do another session, hey?
Oh, you kidding? Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you so much for stay on. I'm just going to stop the recording. Thank you so much for being here and just for pouring your heart out and just continuing to like show up in such a great way and for like contributing to me because you every time I talk to you, you contribute to me. So thank you. Thank you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye for next time. See ya.